You don't have to excel. You can handle technical issues. I observed Asa skillfully resolve the issue, and now I'm online here all by myself.
My colleagues and I don't fully collaborate on our work. So having colleagues is really important, you know. Oh no, it's not like we're already back in 2026 today. This is the first episode of my investment notes. Oh, it's actually the year 2026, not the end of 2025. In fact, we're not yet wearing our Saturday outfits. I was just asking you, will I wear this? Well, maybe we should check which place it is. 272, that's right. It doesn't matter if you take a bite or not.
Hey, this image contains a line, and I strongly believe that this line should be removed entirely. Yes, because this specific line represents a clear rising trend line in the data. Yes, once you've put on the ascending track, yes, you can delete it now that you've put it on. So let's delete it now. Yes, but which specific line do you wish to draw? This is a lunar chart, isn't it?
Let's switch back to the daily chart first. I'll talk about it when we discuss the daily chart first. 26458 dropped 251 points today. Hey, I've noticed that the market trading volume appears to be somewhat low right now, but that's completely normal. It's only a small percent. Today, the Hong Kong stock market experienced a substantial and noteworthy increase in turnover, reaching an impressive 276.1 billion. This surge in trading activity was a welcome relief for investors as the market opened sharply higher, initially rising by 86 points and demonstrating continued upward momentum as it climbed further to a total of 436 points. Overall, this positive trend reflects growing investor confidence in the market. Don't worry, it's now the year 2026. On this very first trading day of 2026, we can clearly observe that we have managed to maintain the 26,000 level, and I believe reaching 26,400 is quite achievable. It feels as though we are simply taking a breather. A proper market pullback should be anticipated, right? That's just my opinion. There are, in fact, numerous prominent analysts in the financial market who express a strong sense of optimism regarding the Hong Kong stock market's performance this year, believing that it is poised to potentially reach the impressive milestone of 30,000 points. Naturally, we should also take into account Ryan's insightful opinion on this matter. Anyway, it's already reached 26,400, which is a step away from the 27,200 you mentioned last time. It's really fast. Hong Kong stocks really do jump up quickly just by listening to some rumors or a sudden drop in liquidity.
Let's focus on the short term first. It's clear why we need to analyze this daily chart closely. When you draw a line across it, the trend becomes very obvious. Now let's discuss this in detail. Follow this road, drive to this spot, then turn diagonally down. Everyone recognizes that this line is declining. Yes, we need to know how to control the entire trend. I don't have a standard line because the lines are too messy. The first one isn't visually appealing, so we'll move it aside for better visibility.
You're allowed to proceed for now.
I'm concerned that moving the complicated lines could obstruct everyone's view of the picture, but it's only 50-50 antennas and it's currently at 26,000 points. 26,000 points currently serves as a crucial support level for now. Well, to be completely honest, before this live stream, there was actually another one. In another live stream, a reporter asked, hey, would you wear something that costs 26,000? We typically consider the number 26,000 to be a significant key figure, instead of considering if we expect him to actually wear it or not. If it drops to 26,000, it will indeed fall back to the previously mentioned support level, which is 252. Yes, the 252 level, so 252, 272 is just a temporary range before the Lunar New Year, and this is a short-term trend. Do you think we'll reach 30,000 points this year? Adults can certainly have a chance to have a long-lasting relationship, but they need a catalyst. There's currently no strong persuasive power. Hey everyone, it was observed that the upcoming release will reach 30,000 points. I hope the market hits 30,000 points. A booming market and successful IPOs would benefit our businesses as well.
Is that right? What do analysts think about the likelihood of the index reaching 30,000 points? So people are hoping the US will cut interest rates and then those who want to cash out will withdraw their money. So will the rate be cut further? Because it hasn't been cut yet, it means money has already been released. So there might be more. But if it's expected that the Fed might cut rates a couple more times, then that money will flow out again, further boosting the Hong Kong stock market. Also, if we are looking forward to advancements in artificial intelligence development, then we might as well pay close attention to the infrastructure, convenience store operations, and various resource-related sectors that could significantly benefit from these innovations. I know you already know a little bit about this today because we've already covered this topic. Today's must-know investment trends for 2026, like this.
Every year, and often at least every quarter, we carry out this important process. We meticulously summarize the various findings from our research department, which encompasses relevant market information along with our unique insights. We then compile and present this comprehensive overview to our clients, ensuring they are well informed and equipped with the knowledge to make strategic decisions. It's been like this since the beginning of the year, or at the beginning of each year, we always have a strategy report coming up for everyone to take care of. Discuss the side dishes. Setting up a website seems unnecessary if no one will use it, and I'm unsure how to navigate it. Yes, that's why we asked Asa to post on social media. Yes. We haven't uploaded it yet, so please keep an eye on our social media. We'll upload it there, and you can download it if you're interested. We possess a share of this straightforward strategy report. These are all the opinions of our research department. We also copied them from our colleagues in finance. Okay. What's the explanation of the food system? To put it simply, we need to carefully examine the macroeconomy first. As you know, I prefer to utilize a structured framework for analyzing and identifying a suitable partner to make an accurate forecast. This approach will help us achieve better results. This year is not the year you experienced. Rather, it is the year 2026. Yes, 2026. The lunar calendar is different from the Gregorian, and it marks the year of the horse. The year of the horse is the Bingwu year, associated with the fire element in both heavenly stems and earthly branches. Count what you have or lack. Acknowledging it is important even if you choose not to believe the reference it provides. The year of Bingwu Nian, known as the Red Horse Year, features both fire's heavenly stem and earthly branch. In summary, a fiery year is characterized by numerous disputes, heated arguments, intense clashes, and significant impacts, among other challenges. From a comprehensive economic perspective, there doesn't seem to be much of a significant impact at this moment. It's primarily just another matter of continuing geopolitics and its complexities influencing global markets. Yes, we indeed discussed the current geopolitical situation during our meeting last week. This didn't happen last week. I should be the second person to say this. It's that the U.S. government sent U.S. troops, that is, Adam Noko sent U.S. troops to Venezuela to take over their president, right? Yes. Some individuals argue that this situation represents a significant blunder, expressing concerns about the implications of the Second Politburo. However, I believe that this incident has in fact contributed to stabilizing the Politburo in the short term, providing a temporary sense of order amidst the prevailing uncertainties. It has a strong deterrent effect. You see, even countries such as China are condemning the actions of the United States and urging the nation to take immediate steps to release the detained individuals. Some foreign news reporters approached the Ministry of Foreign Affairs inquiring about the potential release by the US and what was being requested from them. There was a notable 57-second pause during the interaction, which you might have seen in a video. The spokesperson remained silent for 57 seconds while referring to the script. They could only urge for the quick release of the individual, repeating the scripted lines. Yes, that implies that no one can truly tolerate or support America, right? In other words, the United States, when engaging in diplomatic or economic relations with countries that are neither controlled by the United States nor owned by American interests, possesses a significant advantage. As long as the country involved is of a comparable size and influence to that of Velasquez, the U.S. maintains an absolute advantage and undeniable deterrent power over potential adversaries or competitors in various global contexts. Once you take a single bite, those hostile or opposing forces will no longer dare to act recklessly or provocatively. The stability of geopolitics is at stake, especially concerning concerns about bombs in the Asia-Pacific region. Last week, in the Taiwan Strait, what everyone was most worried about was that China continued to conduct extensive military exercises near Taiwan. This ongoing situation is truly concerning for regional stability.
However, this situation will inevitably create a significant deterrent effect. Could it mean that they will indeed take decisive action, and then it will serve as a way to make an example of someone to caution others?
He probably didn't come here specifically to warn China about taxes. Well, but you will inevitably cause other countries, including China, to raise some complaints and express their discontent. Yeah, that's right. At least tone it down a bit. Yeah, everyone, let's focus on doing business first. So that's why it's the year of the Red Horse, a time known for its significance. I personally believe in this, but you all may have differing opinions and conflicts. Yes, it's possible that this will happen, and there are some contradictions involved. However, actually purchasing them is quite uncommon, particularly for those individuals who are ready to spend a significant amount of money. The text discusses the roles of powerful nations like the United States and Vanuatu in taking action. It emphasizes that the United States, despite its power, is not the sole authority, but is involved in significant military operations, such as deploying Delta Force to intervene in presidential matters. Then the 3-hour military operation was over. Yes, but I believe there will likely be relatively fewer actual battles taking place this year compared to previous ones. If you're saying it's really like the Russia-Ukraine conflict, then it might not be something that's been going on for years. That's why we told everyone to pay attention to military stocks last year. But at the beginning of this year, don't chase after military stocks at high prices. Look at LMT hitting a new high. LMT, also known as Lockheed Martin, is recognized as the largest defense company in the United States that has faced sanctions from China. Yes, these are the stocks that started selling at high prices. Avoid pursuing it too intensely. I'm advising you. There are also various ETFs associated with the military industry, and I believe now is not the right time to pursue high prices aggressively. What are your thoughts on those PLTs? You know, the stocks linked to Bin Laden? We used to analyze those regularly, didn't we? Sheila. Hey, I'm going to make money from this and keep it for myself. Hey, I'm starting to tighten my belt a little again. The original stock valuation is very high, if my proportion is excessive. Yes, that's right. What did I pick out? I don't think it's bad at all. I just genuinely want to lose some weight effectively. One investment choice is PLTR, another is Nvidia, and the last is Google. Yes, I'm intentionally reducing the proportion of these few investments, and I've also cut my Microsoft holdings by half. No, they're all the 7 red series, oh my, and there's Apple too. If you're suggesting that tech stocks are the ideal solution for helping you lose weight, I must disagree. I actually have some other tech stocks that I'm currently and actively investing in. Yes, that's right. It's just that it's not what you call 7 reds. That's right. It has some edges like AVGO. I'm sharing what I'm doing, but it's not a recommendation for everyone. Yes, I'm just sharing what I'm doing. A small switch system, labeled A through Z, is utilized for efficient fiber optic transmission, ensuring reliable data communication. Yes, because having a stronger will is useless. You need to transmit signals out, right? Yes, you're currently building networks, data centers, etc. The demand is actually quite large. So we definitely need to establish some of these specific types of shares for our project. However, on the other hand, I also own some financial stocks. If I recall correctly, it feels like a long time has passed since our company produced several exciting TV programs. Hey, there's a pig that some people affectionately refer to as BB. Which one is it? CB, that ticker is CB. Hey, his name is actually Sue. Oh, right, everyone knows me. I work in Hong Kong insurance. I've been building positions in these stocks since the beginning. But I want to ask, why did you choose this BB stock? Is it worth it? Yes, that's right. The business is diversified and reasonably priced. Yes, that's right. Insurance provides various solutions.
Okay. It's not wise to pursue military stocks when they're too high. I chose not to add to my position. On the contrary, if I interpret it in this manner, it leans more towards the financial sector. And then it becomes something like, well, could one refer to it as second tier?
She's not a celebrity, but her market value is significant. Or maybe it's like 10 stars, or maybe we can talk about whether the surrounding area is okay. We bought some houses before, and now we're buying some roads. Sure, yes indeed, buy some now. I think we should pay attention to these stocks. Be cautious, its valuation is quite high. For instance, there are certain light EE shares that I find quite appealing, yet their current valuation is relatively reasonable and not overly expensive.
What does this only do?
This is actually just a sort of trip-like experience or adventure that we are planning. Yes, that's right. During the entire transmission process, it requires prompt technical support to ensure everything functions smoothly.
Oh, you're saying that. Well, today, during the US stock market session, there's one stock I wanted to talk about with you. Since you said it's about this trend, I'll bring it up. I'm talking about SanDisk, Have you seen it? The SN is actually the DK one. Even if you haven't had the chance to see it, there's a good chance you've either purchased it or used it at some point. That's precisely why I'm bringing it up today. Interestingly, it became larger just yesterday. You can observe it moving around quite freely now. The reason for this expansion is primarily related to the advancements in the memory chip technology. Jensen Huang has stated that AI requires significant storage capabilities, highlighting the vast market potential that exists in this burgeoning field. In other words, if the reasons why a product is promoted or why some people buy it are similar to what you just mentioned, then you should definitely buy some supporting products.
Yes, I absolutely agree. Actually, he doesn't know either. Of course, the stock price was strong before. Yes, but look at it again. I don't know if it counts as a competitor or a peer, but look at Samsung Electronics. Oh yes, the M5930. Oh, it's the one that's listed in South Korea.
No, hold on just a moment. I'm trying to find... No, it appears that I can simply call Samsung directly for assistance. Or perhaps it's not as if I have any... No, but you could tell me first so I can make my call right after.
Yes, Samsung Electronics. Hey, yes. 5930. You see, it's exploded. Yes, that's absolutely right. He is indeed a strong competitor of TSMC, which is also why we mentioned that Sandy's competitor is quite impressive. Hey, chips. Yes, indeed. That refers to the wafer foundry and so on. Yes, that's right. TSMC's popularity is on the rise again.
Could it be because after Huang Renshen's speech, there was an effect and everyone paid more attention to this type of sector? So you might think that this type of sector will have a short-term increase, or everyone might want to take another look at this level.
Allow me to return again. The hype is all about the atmosphere. Don't go overboard with it, right? But this craze won't end so quickly. Last year around this time, a lot of people said NVDA was more expensive, right?
Let's revisit the NVIDIA picture now.
Yes, you remember, I wasn't just talking nonsense. I remember. Back then, I wasn't telling everyone to keep buying. Actually, if you really don't have any now, you might as well buy some. Yes, but if you do have some, there's no point in adding more. Don't concentrate your positions too much. Well, last year, a lot of people said it was expensive. Yes, slowly people stopped saying the 910 was expensive. The 910 has a PE ratio of 100, while Nvidia says it has a PE ratio of 40.
Besides this particular kind of section, what other observations have you made about this year and the upcoming next year? Aside from this size.
I'll remember that.
Okay, is it possible for the company to find a Feng Shui master to come over and discuss a financial perspective, using Feng Shui to discuss financial issues?
You'll definitely have to pay. Trust me, it's absolutely real. It's real. A generous reward will surely attract brave men.
Well, aside from this size factor today, besides the Hong Kong stocks, which are performing quite well, the A shares are unfortunately not showing positive performance in any significant aspect. Notably, the currency index is nearing 4,100 points. It has been experiencing a consistent rise for 14 consecutive days, correct? It appears that a significant number of people are closely monitoring the developments in the A share market. What are your thoughts on the current state of China's economy? To be honest, I don't hold an extremely optimistic view regarding the future prospects of China's economic situation.
Yes, that's right, because the main issue is that the real estate market hasn't been fully recovered and is still in a process of desupply. The negative impact we previously experienced has significantly diminished over time. Because the crab products won't be eliminated so quickly. So don't expect the housing prices to really bottom out and rebound. The sales volume will likely remain at its lowest point, or at least reach its lowest point. But it's very difficult for the prices to rebound from the bottom. Yes, we always say that the problem is a serious oversupply and no one is getting married.
Yes, you're saying there's an oversupply?
There was only one cat poop available, but it was insufficient as the demand exceeded the supply, leading to its disappearance.
However, aside from internal defense concerns, what other significant issues should everyone be aware of regarding China? That means everyone should take a moment to carefully review it again before deciding to check it out.
One important thing to note is that this year's retail subsidies are notably less than those provided in the previous year. Absolutely, that indicates we can eagerly anticipate even more developments in the future, as it's clear that managing without subsidies is virtually impossible. Yes, these latest retail sales figures clearly indicate that overall domestic demand in China is currently very weak. Yes, this aspect needs a subsidy to stimulate it. Well, that's scary, but as for Kobe's policies and fiscal policies, I believe the authorities will take a more precise approach rather than resorting to massive stimulus and continue with their current thinking. There is no funding available for large stimulus.
Yes, because I remember the massive flooding in China back in 2008. Well, back in 2008, no. A few years earlier, we were already talking about the issue of consumption.
There was no significant flooding afterward.
I hope I didn't cause water to flood the car's rear end, did I? There aren't any left now, and the same goes for things like exchanging old appliances for new ones.
Yes, but you can change it a few times first. You're suggesting I change cars now, but you won't switch to another one in June, right? System.
That's right. What if they're interested in all parenting channels?
To have a child, one must actually have a child.
Wow, everyone's willing to be born first and get a taste of it.
Yes, you are who you are. Everyone needs to understand that the birth rate in China is much lower than the birth rate in your home. System?
I have no life and 2 children at home, so I can relate to your situation. The mainland is currently below 1 meter, so it's really not that deep now.
Mainland China is marginally larger than South Korea. Yes, that's right.
It seems everyone should probably take a more cautious and thoughtful look at China from all possible aspects. The housing market is prioritized.
Hey, that's right. Industrial sector? I think you can consider the industrial sector as a potential highlight. Investing in the world offers certain benefits. However, I still have reservations about the economic aspects, because if you look at the companies in mainland China, their internal competition and complexity are quite obvious. You saw it, the EB is indeed eaten, yes. Recently there have been some intriguing signs that robots are also consuming them. Even before robots found widespread applications, there was already some internal competition among them.
Well, anyway, when a specific industry suddenly gains immense popularity, it can quickly achieve remarkable success.
Yes, because ultimately everyone's primary goal is to profit from the capital market. Indeed, making money in this particular way can significantly hinder the overall development of the economy. To sum it up, if you're someone who often travels north for work or leisure, you'll find that the mainland's economy is thriving and quite robust.
It genuinely feels incredibly good, truly.
But remember, for such a large country, if you rely solely on yourself eating pickled fish, or many people eating pickled fish, it won't necessarily result in good GDP growth.
No, or maybe that's just a general statement, because usually when people go north to spend money, they all go to first-tier cities. However, on the contrary, they might not be able to explore or delve deeper into the intricate second or third tiers of the story, which means they may remain unaware of the actual situation.
Only those in the Greater Bay Area can truly understand. Otherwise, it's hard to know the reality of the situation. Because if you go to the Greater Bay Area, I'm not talking about Shenzhen or Zhuhai, you might go to more in-depth cities like Jiangmen or Foshan. You'll see the same prosperity, the same strong consumer spending, and wow, everyone looks so affluent. Going for dim sum is so relaxing. You witnessed this situation. Yes, yes, yes. Wow, so many nice cars on that street. But that's Guangdong. They're rich.
Well, and many Hong Kongers go to these places.
Yes, and you too. And those Hong Kong people will influence your feelings about the mainland. Okay. Hong Kong people actually think the mainland is really cheap. What? Cheap is coming. It's in Guangdong, in the Greater Bay Area, at least. Okay, yes. I don't know about the other places. Yes. However, these specific places offer numerous opportunities to accumulate wealth quickly and efficiently. Yes, that is true, but there are also numerous instances of extremely low wages occurring simultaneously in various sectors. The ideal situation still exists, but in reality, your digestive capacity has not increased or improved over time. Yes, you absolutely need to rely on the purchasing power of a middle class or upper middle class person. Stimulating the economy can be a first step if individual sentiment rises.
Well, or maybe we can gradually and slowly continue to buy.
Yes, but now judging from some recent pricing trends, you can clearly see that the purchasing power of this moderately affluent demographic has not significantly increased. Well, the simplest explanation is that you must have ordered takeout food while in mainland China. If you have done so, you should know that takeout meals in mainland China are incredibly affordable and inexpensive. Yes, and it's quite simple to obtain a free meal easily. Yes, it's truly very easy to obtain a free order, and there are also hundreds of other available subsidies to explore. Eating these items, in fact, indicates that your earnings as a food delivery driver will likely not be very substantial. Yes, that's right.
And the news is really good because I saw a news report today about Mannings. Yes, they will withdraw from the mainland market, but not entirely or completely. However, this strategic move will transform the situation into something resembling cross-border e-commerce opportunities. Okay, what is the reason behind this situation? It appears that a significant number of individuals in mainland China are no longer as enamored with or actively pursuing Hong Kong brands as they once were. Well, actually, it might be because of the current economic situation. They'll be looking for products that offer better value for money.
Mainland license plates provide better value for money compared to those in Hong Kong.
He may be able to take medicine as historically people preferred buying medicine in Hong Kong for its perceived quality. But actually they broadened their horizons and visited more places now. Buy it in Japan if you want to eat it. Yes, they can buy a lot of different medicines. Yes, it appears that entering the mainland market has become increasingly challenging for businesses in Hong Kong. I completely share that sentiment. It's worth noting that these products are just medicated oils, or rather, they are specifically liniments designed for relief.
Are the medicated oils they have different? The muscle relaxant is a medicated oil, while liniment has some effectiveness. My exercising friends use it.
Yes, even my mom does it.
It's true that when it truly hurts, you can genuinely consume it. In fact, there's a significant market for it in mainland China, where it's sold by the box. Yes, indeed.
What's that all about? Those who actively promote various products, I typically encounter them on Xiaohongshu, where they seem to be posing enthusiastically and indulging in food and drinks. If the audience has any questions, they are encouraged to ask them afterward. In fact, just a moment ago, I wanted to inquire about this with Brother Sen as well. However, let's shift our focus to 2026, as it may involve discussing upcoming investment trends. Since we just finished talking about Hong Kong and China, the next thing we have to talk about is the United States and so on. The United States is still under the administration of Trump, and he continues to hold power. Isn't that correct? I've mentioned previously that if it were someone like Asan leading the charge, the entire investment sector would undoubtedly be far more exhilarating. There would be numerous opportunities to speculate and discuss. What are your thoughts on the potential landscape in 2026?
The US stock market is still on an upward trend. Yes, that's right. But what if you say, I'll give you another 30%? Last year it rose 20%, this year 30%. But I think it might not be possible because the profit might not be able to keep up. Yes, in the long run, the outlook for US stocks remains quite optimistic because advanced AI technology is providing companies an undeniable competitive advantage on a global scale, enhancing their efficiency and innovation. Well, aside from that point, I firmly believe that this year, the US stock market will gradually expand and diversify beyond just a few tech giants. As Zhenghua just mentioned, the world of AI is truly poised for significant growth and innovation. I mentioned this novel example the year before last and last year as well.
Hey, if you're going to discuss it, we actually need to gather more comprehensive information about AI right now. However, he will certainly address it primarily to explore topics that actively support the advancement of AI technology.
Absolutely, yes. Let me emphasize this. AI is not merely a chip or a simple model. Indeed, developing advanced models is extraordinarily costly. And currently, there isn't a publicly traded company where you can conveniently purchase these cutting-edge AI technologies directly. Alphabeta. Yes, Alphabeta indeed offers both models and chips for purchase. Yes, there's speech recognition again. Yes, there's more, meaning there's cloud again. Yes, Alphabeta. We've been saying since the second half of last year that you absolutely need to have it. You absolutely need to buy it. It's simply LV, so there's really no need to worry about it at all. But when it comes to other stocks, particularly the ones Jinhua mentioned, like Transmission and Banisanta, I believe they remain absolutely indispensable in our investment strategy moving forward.
Hey, that's an interesting off-topic discussion. Hey, did you know that Lego is starting to add AI now? How do you play with it? He'll definitely add some colorful lights. That is, if you've ever played with Lego before, you'll surely understand how exciting that can be. Then, as you engage with your puzzles, not in a traditional level-based mode, but rather in a more exploratory format, you'll be prompted to strategically place lights in specific areas. In doing so, you'll also have the exciting opportunity to unlock various hidden Easter eggs. Hey, the pattern is like this. Oh, it's just like this. It's just like this. Then there'll come out something called Smart Break. Oh, it's like this. I don't know when it started, but it really looks pretty good. Is it for adults to play with? Actually, yes, but the bad thing is that Lego doesn't seem to have it. I really like playing with it. It's just like what you call AI related. If it's something a bit more wasteful, I could say, wow, I have a kid. I can send him that. Absolutely. That means you can discover this unique kind of thing. It's truly quite special.
I bought a box but haven't finished ordering.
Yes, I bought a box of this from Shenzhen. I'm going to stir fry it here. Maybe it'll help me pass on my lineage. Let's eat it. Haha. In addition to AI, which is a relatively niche area of interest, what other significant trends should we monitor concerning US stocks?
Are you referring to the American system? The US must focus on its finances. The financial problems faced by the QKI are indeed significant issues that absolutely must be addressed and resolved. The issue may not be resolved this year or next, but it must be addressed eventually. The more finance-related things you consume, the larger it becomes. Let's check if the slave's shooting power is sufficient. Yes, Dang Nuchun also proved to you that he is a very determined person with high action. He is certainly aware of the ongoing financial deficit problem. However, whether he can effectively solve it or if his team, Janda, will even make it to the finals remains uncertain. Yes, that's something we need to keep an eye on. Well, monetary policy is still leaning hawkish even though it's cutting interest rates, more like the British way of cutting interest rates. Be cautious about having overly high expectations for the upcoming US monetary policy adjustments. While the new chairman is expected to align more closely with the views of Donald Trump, the approach taken is unlikely to resemble the previous rounds of quantitative easing, QE. We should be mindful of the situation. While it has positively affected the investment market, I expect the impact to be more moderate moving forward.
Let's delve into this complex issue known as sanctions. Should we really pay attention to it? The necessity truly depends on who is imposing sanctions on whom. Perhaps the US doesn't impose sanctions on countries or individuals all the time.
We shouldn't pay attention to countries sanctioned by the US.
The US imposes sanctions on individuals without further action needed.
No, the US is calling for sanctions. You need to check which company and which country are involved. If another country retaliates against the US, it's not necessary to focus on them.
It's ineffective. Resistance is impossible.
LMT is a country that has been sanctioned by China. I've said this previously. Yes, that's right. Yes, so what exactly? Yes, he just received a promotion that's excessive. It won't affect them at all because, especially regarding weapon stocks, which are strategically divided into various camps. Yes, indeed, there are some people in Venezuela who are humorously laughing at him, right? They certainly can't handle those air defense systems from China. But then again, what's the real point of suggesting that in China, they can already purchase the highest quality or most reliable technology available? Yes, that's right. What are you doing with your defense system with its infinite low-take mode? Where are you going? CCTV cameras in our company serve as defense and security systems. Absolutely, yes. You're truly the most dependable and trustworthy person I know. Well, it's primarily because Venezuela has chosen not to purchase goods from the US or from Israel. Yes, and they don't supply goods either. Yes, that's right. So, things have changed like this. You already have a barrier to entry in these industries. I'm just giving an example. Additional sanctions from you are unlikely to produce any meaningful effect on their overall business operations.
Regarding the US stock market, although you just mentioned that it might continue to rise, it may not see the same magnitude of the rise as last year. I just checked the Dow Jones index, and it's impressively reaching new highs once again. If it continues to climb a little more, it could potentially break the significant milestone of 50,000 points. What are your thoughts on that noteworthy level? Meanwhile, the S&P 500 is already nearing the impressive mark of 7,000 points. Do you have any expectations regarding these two aspects?
Is that right? Yes, expect it. Innovation is a real thing. Yes, we must keep innovating. Every day feels the same. Ha 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 ha! How often did you crash into it last year? Any stats done? Do you have stats? I often feel like I'm just aimlessly navigating through life, realizing that not every day is like that. There's a sense that if you keep taking risks and prices keep rising, valuations can't increase indefinitely. Yes, you always return to us eventually, without fail.
Absolutely. This allows you to focus and pay more attention.
What happened to the money? Move them away from the bond market and reintroduce them back. But when it comes to buying bonds, there are only two types. First, government bonds, and second, rated bonds. Don't buy high-yield bonds. I think the current economic environment is too risky.
Is it because of the interest rate cut that there are still some problems?
The meaning of not a high interest debt is that it's not simply a high interest debt. What comes with a high interest rate? High risk, huh? Yes, high risk debt means that it is classified as a non-priority type of debt. Yes, that means if this company goes bankrupt, they won't prioritize paying you. They might have to wait in line. The company's rating may be inadequate, which is a valid concern. These are called high-interest bonds, or what used to be called a garbage market. Yes, nowadays they're called garbage markets less and less because investment banks need to sell things. I have some trash cans. Would you like them? You won't keep it after trying it, right?
You're clearly indicating to people that you have an abundance of beef to enjoy, correct? Isn't that fantastic? Well, the investment trend for the year 2026 is primarily focused on regions like Japan and Southeast Asian countries. Those specifics don't really matter too much. If you'd like me to elaborate further, I can certainly provide more details. That means you have at least a basic understanding. If you're interested, you can read our separate article.
It's a draft. It's a draft. I haven't even finished writing it yet. It's like this. We can discuss the Japanese market in a little while, as Japanese economic data is generally showing a positive trend, including notable increases in wages and inflation rates, which can have significant implications for overall economic growth and consumer spending. The combination of the two yen greatly benefits him, highlighting the weakness of the people. It's clear that it's not just about missing the trip. Rather, it's about how one wants to approach the situation concerning people and money.
Is this something you should watch closely? I'm going to show you this. I'll eat it myself. Hey, Sai, even though I am, because you are JYP, right? JPY, the best. Haha, of course I look at Hong Kong dollars first, boss. Of course I look at US dollars first. I'm telling you, USD, I really can't bring myself to be such a selfish person, sighing deeply. Where could it be? Where? Please keep looking. Just wait, I should definitely be here, right? Okay, let's see. Hey, is that okay? Can't.
Do you want this one? Huh, what's up? You should add it into the mixture and then feed it.
You can tell me first, I'm unsure.
You fell down, and now you're just talking nonsense.
Brother Shen couldn't help but take action himself, so, yes, okay.
Have you and Jay managed to find him yet?
I think so. Now please continue talking about this one.
Yes, go down and take a look.
Why is it called Edala Dala Dala Eshimidan A?
This isn't right. Let's keep going and see what happens next.
However, in today's world, it seems that practically everyone believes that this individual is just as ordinary as the one who traveled to Thailand for a vacation. The US dollar is currently valued at 156 yen.
Hey, what are you doing in Thailand?
In Hong Kong, the situation is 1 against 4, similar to the situation in Thailand. But nowadays 1 Hong Kong dollar is almost equal to 1 Japanese yen, similar to the ratio of 1 to 4 bites of food. But let me tell you, look at my exchange rate now. The exchange rate for USD to HKD is... No, sorry. The exchange rate for USD to JPY is 156. That's right. Feel free to go ahead and say that. If you choose to say that, you're finished. Is it okay?
Okay, never mind. I'll await your next input. So what connections or relationships do the US dollar, Japanese yen, and Thai baht have with one another in global finance?
It's not just me saying that since everyone is going in the same group, some people will definitely not go to Thailand, but will go to Japan instead.
Oh, is that so? Yes.
The items you bought are now cheaper.
The play is unique, dude.
However, the items I purchased appear to be of significantly higher quality. Oh, right. There's actually no slash present in this case. Yeah, even slash is a constant problem. He always seems to mess things up, sigh. Exciting news, it's 156. I agree with this, it's 156. The US dollar is depreciating against the Japanese yen because the yen is weak. So you just said that a weak yen is good for Japan and has a positive effect on exports. So you have to change your perspective.
Well, as we mentioned before, although Toyota's valuation is quite low, Toyota itself has also warned that the entire automotive market is lacking vitality. Yes, he gave me a warning a couple of days ago.
Is the market for Toyota stagnant, or is the entire automotive industry facing stagnation?
The car market, including Toyota, will sustain itself because the wealthy rely on it, ensuring survival for all involved. And what about you? What are your thoughts? It's a luxury building. Don't tell me you can't drive a BYD first. You're definitely a nouveau riche. You must drive a BMW. Hey, what do you mean by twisting your BMW like that? Absolutely. Which indicates that the company is currently facing no issues. Yes, the problem is that your market is no longer the emerging market it used to be. Well, although your current valuations are relatively low, Japan's economy is indeed slowly but steadily recovering. Traveling can be quite the experience. Hey, you visited the Gao family ancestral temple and offered some insightful remarks. When he faced retaliation from China, he displayed remarkable courage and showed no fear at all. He completely ignored your presence without hesitation. Actually, if you've been to Japan recently, or even in recent years, you've seen many other tourists there, including Taiwanese, Singaporeans, Thais, and people from all over Asia. Yes, there are indeed significantly more foreigners now than before. Yes. There are quite a few people who speak English, yes, and there are also many foreigners who don't speak English, so their travel is very diverse. It has changed. These economic links will also drive the recovery of the economy.
No, and it seems like my boyfriend, when was your boyfriend's last trip to Japan? Last month, because I remember when I went to Japan during the summer vacation. Oh, summer vacation is considered peak season, right? Yes, but it didn't seem to have a big impact. Also, I didn't buy flowers when queuing for rides. Oh, hurry up and pass.
I'm unsure if I just ran into someone, but isn't it a bad time to refuse?
No, it's definitely not true. We've played everything. Oh, yes.
Yes. All my friends say that if you don't buy anything, you're just wasting your time. You play, you only play 3 games a day. Isn't that a waste?
No, I believe I can play at any time. It's noisy, similar to the sun.
I see fewer people because I visit there less often. I last visited a few years ago, both with a group and alone.
Let's gather up the trash one more time, and that's it. Time to finish up.
So, I'm just talking about Tokyo Disneyland. I really didn't go to Tokyo Disneyland until about 30 years ago.
No, that's correct. I've recently been discussing with my colleagues the controversial idea that individuals from China should not be permitted to visit Japan, in that context. My colleagues asked about the music preferences of Japanese people and noted that there are many ways to reach Japan.
You must transit through Hong Kong. Yes, if it weren't for flights from mainland China, there would be some tension. He won't cough, because he's keeping the flight path running. So he won't cough up anything innocently. However, you also possess several countermeasures that can be utilized effectively. I actually have an insightful question to pose. Do your geographical advantages ultimately outweigh the impact of the sanctions or barriers imposed? Will these factors potentially exacerbate the current situation further? Yes, it is. China and Japan share certain similarities, yet China and the Western camp represent something entirely different. China is well aware of the significant leverage it possesses, and its primary means of exercising this power is through rare earth minerals and various other exports. The family is prohibited from exporting some dual-use equipment to Japan, which can be used for military purposes. There are no human operators involved. However, then the tables turned unexpectedly. Just yesterday, there was a surprising news report about a Singaporean company that inexplicably managed to acquire a significant quantity of missing semiconductor chips that had been unaccounted for. Okay, that's right. Where did you go with all that food? That's common knowledge. However, let me cleverly twist your words a bit. In reality, trade in today's interconnected world isn't easily cut off.
Well, maybe the cost is higher, but is it really that easy for everyone to guess whether it has been completely eradicated? There are ways to completely eradicate it. Anyway, there are ways to eat it. I'll ask Ashin because I also want to ask you about this issue. Everyone shares the same thought as me. Have you noticed how strong some American film and television stocks are? They say Fox is really powerful. Yeah, let's take a look.
Let's examine it together since it seems familiar.
Fox is so strong, but why is it that when I ask you, do you think it's possible to pursue Fox? On the contrary, Netflix seems so weak. Netflix actually has a deal today. I've told you about the Warner deal before, but it didn't actually go through. It was so expensive. Yes, but actually, we misspoke earlier. Please don't rush us. I meant to clarify that even when discussing potential future projects, Warner Brothers remains firmly committed to continuing its strong partnership with Netflix, ensuring collaboration on upcoming content. But I don't know why Netflix can continue to be so weak. Is it because you need to spend money to buy something?
Don't you all think there's a very strong effect?
So what's the deal?
Always ensure you receive a good return when making a purchase or deal. Yes. If I knew he was doing this deal, you wouldn't be doing several, and you'd still have to spend money. Plus, you don't know how much you'd invest, and a lot of things are uncertain. How could you possibly be positive about that? Yes, no.
However, if it's a straightforward boss scenario, it really depends on whether it seems like you're chasing them or not. Rise?
Hey, there are a lot of political factors involved. I think, how do you explain this? Who is R. Fox hugging? Hug and kiss me, please. Hug me? Yes. If certain BBC companies went public, they wouldn't be listed because the BBC is state-owned. However, if the BBC itself went public, its share price would likely drop significantly. Okay, I understand. Yes, it's definitely the opposite, because the BBC is a very leftist television station. Yes, that's absolutely correct. The prevailing ideology of today's world is predominantly leftist, which has faced suppression and opposition since its inception. Look at this. For example, these leftists are actually very opposed to the president who was originally in charge of the country. Yes, are there a lot of doubts? He disregarded these questions entirely. Yes, These factors clearly indicate that Donald Trump's popularity has not diminished significantly in this particular context or aspect. Yes, that's right. Even if you stood up straight and confident, this is still something significant. It appears that your political pendulum is gradually shifting back towards the right side of the ideological spectrum. Yes, that's right, but it's dangerous. If you go to extremes on both sides, I think it's dangerous. Yes, actually, it's necessary to mutually restrain each other.
But if we talk about it like that, it seems a bit political. Can I say it's a political task? No, but it's about whether to pursue it or not. It's simple. This is the short-term stuff nowadays. You can talk about short-term stuff, but frankly, it's not my cup of tea.
Yes, that's right.
Perhaps film and television stocks aren't your preference, as you mentioned before.
Actually, it is. Let's take a look at Disney. Is there any hope that it will be a Disney series? DIS, no.
I will offer you 2 Snickers.
His performance is average, but he is very honest according to his family. The value has dropped 7% in 6 months, but increased 3% over the past year, lagging behind the market. Yes, that's right. You're the one who is truly going to see this important message. Valuation is reasonable at about 100 PE. Yes, but now you no longer possess a Marfo, and without that unique item, the worldwide Marfo craze has officially come to an end. Hey, just a quick heads up. When you go to purchase it now, the IPs you're currently buying still feature Iron Man's iconic head and Captain America's distinctive butt. Absolutely, yeah. Hey, the NBA is dead.
No, or maybe their recent products haven't been very innovative or original. There's nothing new coming out, and they're all the same old styles.
Yeah, but it seems like there's a new cartoon coming out, right?
Hey, what is it? It's a fox, huh? Susubula. There's a snake on the ground right now.
You know me better than I know myself.
I can't recall the exact name, but I do remember my son often urged me to watch and join him in singing. Is that right? Yes, that's right. It's called Zootopia. Okay, yes, indeed. Zootopia is the title of this cartoon. However, I haven't checked yet how much money the box office has made so far.
Hey, so you're asking me to share my thoughts on what I personally like or dislike about this trending topic that's been circulating in the media world, right? Of course, if you find yourself caught up in the trend, you're definitely in luck and have a lot to engage with. However, if you're not involved or aware of it, you might just feel a bit left out of the conversation. We must use part of the stock value as a safety net due to high risk. But then again, even if your valuation is lower, you still wouldn't buy Yashi. Yes, that's right. Sister Misaki. If the canal goes public, then yes.
Hey, let's talk about Stupia, the movie Zootopia. Wow, it just came out recently. As of January 6th, the box office reached 4.5 billion yuan, breaking the record for Chinese films and Hollywood movies. Yes, it replaced Marvel. Marvel only had 424 million back then. Yes, that's how it is. Many people in Hong Kong watch it, and most importantly, I went to see it.
Even if I don't go to the cinema, I'll still support it by buying a Disney song. Let's buy one. And then after the new year, we'll see what happens. Did I buy the wrong song?
Oh, okay. Actually, you don't need to buy anything after the new year. Just look at the current prices and then look again after the new year. You'll see what happens. They might say, oh, you're right. Or if I don't buy anything, I'll have nothing to do. You're so worried. I see you're so worried. I'm really worried. There are so many things I don't know what to do with. Or stubious. Also, there was still a little time today, so I chatted with Asin for a bit. Recently, people have been talking about the Venezuelan issue, and the gold and oil have actually included about 30 to 50 million barrels of oil. Hey, but what do you think of this?
How about this order?
Yes, is there any way to watch it? They smuggled oil from people, and then after selling it, the money was kept by the Americans.
The US president said something like, it was originally an American company, but then it was nationalized.
Yes, and then he said he hoped to use this money to benefit Venezuelans and Americans. What's the closing price of New York crude oil futures today, Tuesday? How much is it now? Let's take a look at the oil prices first.
Yes, there is a mission, right? Yes, you keep saying that everyone's hair is CL.
I'm sorry, but I misunderstood. Yes. The current oil price is 5.649. Wow, the whole price is so high. I don't even need to paint it. Is it because the market is expecting a moderate economic downturn, so there's more price going out? It's not that the price has already fallen. My price has already fallen. Otherwise, I would say if they keep doing the same thing, they'll fall even harder. You have so many barrels of oil on the market.
But to be honest, it will take 18 months before it goes into production. Well, yes, it's not that easy either. Hey, seriously, you're so quick to talk. Hey, Venezuela, even though you say it's just a government enriching itself, it's been supplying oil for a long time, yes. But some people might say no, it's been supplying oil to the US. Well, the problem is that it can be supplied to Russia or China. However, the oil supplied to China is mainly of lower quality. It is primarily used for processing and other oil products. Yes, of course, it has something to do with his own technical skills. Well, but at the same time, it's not so easy to just turn on the tap tomorrow and squeeze out some crude oil and then immediately get several buckets of it.
But is it possible that the oil price will be under pressure in the near future because of this bite pattern?
Yes, that's true, because I personally feel that the impact of oil prices and the economy cannot be ignored. Yes, everyone generally feels that the economy is in a state of moderate growth. With the change in oil prices, they've become easier to fall than rise for the time being. Yes, it has something to do with the trend of the US dollar. Yes, the US dollar is actually quite strong right now.
Yes. Actually, there's almost everything I wanted to tell you today. There are still many things I want to continue telling you. Well, I'll just say what I want to say, but due to time constraints, I'll stop here for the next episode. If you all want to hear more, any topic is fine. You can leave a message on our message board. I hope that in the next episode, we can talk about some stocks that are currently on hiatus. Or perhaps regarding deployments in the resource sector, we hope to provide everyone with more information to deploy your investment profile. We've reached about the same time today. Thank you so much for sharing Brother Shin's analysis today. If everyone is interested in hearing about the report you just wrote, then we're just waiting for your pose. Okay, let's wait until we're in the market and strike a pose before we come out. Okay, everyone, remember to pay attention. We'll see you all again next week at the same time. Thanks for sharing. Bye-bye.